Hello everyone and welcome back to the 132nd episode of Panther Talks.
Hello.
We are still live, still functional, and still have no idea how.
Apparently we are, yeah.
Yeah, but the difference this week is I made sure to check everything before we started.
Yeah.
So things should be all good and we shouldn't have any
He acts
issues.
like he's going to do that from now on to make sure.
We both know I'll fuck up.
But like 2 weeks from now, he'll forget again.
Yeah, guaranteed. Guaranteed. To be fair, you might not be here for like the next 2 weeks.
I'm hoping to be with the laptop.
Oh yeah, I forgot we discussed that, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
All I have to do is just, my mic and my headset are both just USB.
Yeah, so
I pop them both
them
in, and hopefully,
yeah,
we'll be good to
definitely.
go.
Right. Well, we do have some very interesting topics this week. Will originally thought I was going to be giving him some really negative news today, considering
Nobody does.
Yeah, I gave him double positive messages, which usually leads to a negative. So I get why he was so suspicious. But today we'll be insulting Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney because he's a moron over the AI tags on Steam. Then we'll be discussing how Valve is one of the most efficient companies in the world. Not that we're completely, just, what's the word? Glazing Valve? I think that's the word. I'm feeling it up on modern slang. What the fuck? Steam Machine price. Valve may have just given the best clue yet. I'm still sticking to the fact I think it'll be about 700, 750. Steam Deck underprices the original Nintendo Switch with its Black Friday sale this week. Still can't believe that. Steam's hottest game right now is a free-to-play. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion about that free-to-play game, because it seems to be doing quite well for itself. The only negative news I really do have for us to discuss today is RAM prices are spiraling out of control. It's finally been picked up after our discussion 2 weeks ago. Then we'll be discussing how one of the people or groups that bought out EA might end up being low on cash, which could mean bad news for EA. Death Stranding 2's PC release could be coming soon because of a interesting little leak that might have popped up. The ex-GTA boss, Dan Houser, thinks AI is overrated. I completely agree with him.
I guess that's why he's the ex.
Yeah, most likely. In some negative news, because there's always something. Roblox CEO responds to child concerns quite horrifically. Again. Yeah, they're still at it, by the way. They're still at this. And finally, Ubisoft shows off generative AI game demo called Teammates. I'm very excited for this because it's AI and Ubisoft can't stand on their own 2 feet for more than 5 seconds without falling. So pretty much it's just going to be a week of insulting morons and discussing interesting tech. I'm all for this.
A normal Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, let's move straight on to the first article and see what interesting things we have for this week. I still can't believe this happened, mainly because I saw him get absolutely butchered in the Twitter replies when he tweeted this out.
I mean, he doesn't do himself any favors, man.
No, did you actually see any of the tweets or anything? Or anything that happened around it?
No, I just know that he was complaining about the Steam tag. And then there was a response saying, "This is why no one uses his platform."
Yeah, exactly that. So I sat and basically watched this whole thing play out, just randomly in some comments, and they cracked me up. They really did. He was just acting like he understands things way better than anyone else, and how, oh, this shouldn't happen, this shouldn't be like this. It's like, Tim, sorry mate, but you don't know what the fuck you're on about at the best of times. Which I'm very intrigued by, because searching his name here, I'm all the way back on November 19th and I can't see him. Unless it was a reply that he did, which is more likely knowing this moron. Actually, it's extremely likely. Yep, this is it. So, Steam and all digital marketplaces need to drop the Made with AI label. It doesn't matter anymore. Yes, it does. It matters to consumers. I think we're all in agreement on that.
I mean, that's Mark Workman that said, or Matt Workman that said that.
But then he kicks off.
He agrees.
Yeah, agreed. The AI tag is relevant to art exhibits and authorship disclosure, and to digital content licensing marketplaces where buyers need to understand the right situation. It makes no sense for game stores where AI will be involved in nearly all future production.
Can games not be considered art as well, given
Yes, they are.
the amount of work that gets put into them?
Yeah.
Then you've got people that come in and just use AI and get the Game of the Year award.
Yeah. I love, though, that someone posted a picture of Gabe with diamond encrusted teeth, watch, and ring. Noting the customers need to deserve to know, he comments back, "Why stop at AI use? We could have mandatory disclosures for what shampoo brand the developers use. Customers deserve to know, lol." What a fucking false equivalence, though. Like, AI is utilized to make the game that can actually impact the product. In comparison, I don't think what kind of shampoo brand someone uses is going to impact game development.
Yeah.
This post made IGN, we famous fan. Who gives a fuck about IGN? Not being funny, I still can't stand them. But yeah, overall, he's been a moron, and he didn't take it very well. He was called out by a lot of people. He didn't respond to many.
Asked for it.
Yeah. Epic Games Chief Executive Officer Tim Sweeney has criticised Steam's AI policy in several recent statements. According to the industry veteran, moron, Valve's requirement to disclose AI use on Steam doesn't make a lot of sense and is becoming increasingly irrelevant. Valve has required developers to disclose the use of AI-generated content in their Steam's listing since January 2024. The mandate was added to the Steam distribution agreement, the company's standard contract outlining terms for software distribution on its platform. The policy followed several months' worth of reports alleging that Valve had been banning some games with AI-generated content from Steam. In a prepared statement issued after the change, the company said the disclosure requirement would enable it to release the vast majority of games that rely on generative AI.
Is there a whole lot of difference if it's an AI generated game or just an asset flip?
What do you mean?
Well, there's not much difference. You didn't do any of the work, if
See,
you think about it in a sense.
it depends, because there is always the situation where people use AI to work with what they've done, rather than use it and rely on it the entire way to create everything. Some people use it to basically do the bits that they would struggle on, but then they still do more with it.
Well, that's the right way to use AI,
Yeah.
as we've talked about,
Yeah.
But when we're more referring to the problem with what's going on with AI as people using it to just do everything or as much as they possibly can, and then they fill in the blanks. And I feel like there's not a whole lot of difference between that and then just asset flipping a game. Like, both are a shitty thing to do. Both are just, you're trying to do as little work as possible to try and make some money and basically scam people, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I can see why.
Like, I feel like, obviously they're two very different things.
Yeah.
But I feel like on the level of that's a shitty thing to do, they're around the same level.
No, I can understand that, honestly. I really can understand that. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney took aim at Valve's AI policy. He just takes aim at anything that Valve does. In several messages posted on X, formerly Twitter, in late November 2025...
Why do they still feel the need to mention that?
I don't know. I can't figure it out myself, considering I still call it Twitter, and there will not be a day that I don't. It was named Twitter for how long, and then it got renamed? Of course I'm not going to fucking change the name. I'm used to it. Leave me alone. Responding to one tweet... That's weird, I thought they were called X's now. Game Man. Or... Yeah, it is Game Man. Calling for Valve to drop the AI disclosure label, the executive said the mandate makes no sense for game stores, where a growing number of titles now rely on generative artificial intelligence solutions in some shape or form. A July report from Totally Human Media, that just sounds like a fucking group of aliens that have just decided to land and go, yep, we're definitely human, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, sorry, my other half just whispered to me, no, they're AI. Yeah, no, fair play.
I can believe that more, yeah.
Yeah, you win that one. It'd be great if I could spell alien, wouldn't it?
You spell? Nah.
Oh, what's that game called? There's a game where you and your friends pretend to be human. I really can't spell today.
It's not just today, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, there's this game where you and your friends pretend to be human, where actually you're aliens, and you're trying to run a petrol station.
I think I've seen a couple of clips of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what that reminds me of. Supports Sweeney's observation, finding that 1 in 5 Steam games released in 2025 disclosed AI use. Yeah, my other half might be right. They definitely might be AI. The same source estimated that only 7% of all titles on the platform carry the disclosure, concluding that AI adoption among game developers is rising sharply. But the big question is, and people are still asking this question even in major corporations away from gaming, the big question is AI just going to be a bubble that's going to burst? How long is it going to last? We don't know if just one day it's suddenly going to fall flat, like half the things do.
To be honest, the way it's going, I hope it kind of does, because we're just going to get less and less authentic games.
Yeah, exactly. Once again,
It's quite shitty.
there is no issue that I have with someone utilizing AI to basically assist them. Not do the work for them, just assist. Assistance is very different to getting it to generate an entire thing for you.
We knew it was never going to happen, though.
Oh no.
There's always going to be people that trying to use something for the worst reasons.
Yeah, 100% there is. Sweeney clarified that he is not opposed to AI labels in general, acknowledging their relevance in contexts where authorship and or ownership rights are critical, such as art exhibits and content licensing platforms. That's ironic, because typically, last time I checked, authorship and ownership rights are critical. Last time I checked, when you go onto Steam, it tells you who the developers and publishers are. Why wouldn't you want to know if AI was utilized within this? Because that's basically just stating, yeah, these are other bits that have been done with it. However, with a growing number of game developers embracing AI, he argued that the label is losing much of its meaning for platforms like Steam and the Epic Games Store, where he expects it will soon need to be applied to nearly every listing. Why are you trying to compare Epic Games Store to Steam?
You can't really compare anything to Steam.
No.
There's a reason that like 98% of people use it.
Yeah, exactly. Epic Boss likens Steam's AI label to shampoo brand disclosure. We just saw that, and I think it's a fucking ludicrous thing. Like, that is the dumbest quote I think I've ever heard. I find this really sad. Imagine being so certain that you need slot machines to do your work that you need to convince yourself that everybody must need them. I can respect that as a comment. Generative AI isn't going away on Steam or elsewhere, as highlighted by the recent controversy over Arc Raiders' use of AI. Even in some of today's most popular and critically acclaimed games are not immune to criticism for incorporating generative AI. However, if Sweeney's prediction proves accurate and the industry broadly adopts such technologies, AI may become normalized among players and developers alike. As I said, this was in the early days of AI coming in. I remember discussing this with you. But
yeah,
I think AI could have a really good use case for NPCs.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
For dynamic behavior or dynamic movement, stuff like that. I think AI could have an amazing use case. I really do.
You've obviously seen the mod. I think the most popular one that you would have probably
Skyrim.
seen is the Skyrim one with the AI character, and something like that where you can just. For a lot of people, it's probably going to be really weird.
Oh, definitely.
But like when you're playing your games, especially when you're playing solo, just running around and being able to talk to AI, not just like by clicking E on them and having a select few dialogue lines, if any, but actually being able to physically use your voice and speak to them.
Yeah.
Could be like a really cool and unique way to play a game.
100%.
It can add so much more to a game.
I'll be honest, I think it'd be hilarious, especially if you put this in like a game where you have followers and like a Fallout game. Because the moment I'm in heated combat and I am trying to get a AI NPC to fucking go somewhere to flank someone, it's going to end awfully, because all I'm going to shout is, go over there! No, not there, over there! And I'll just be there for about 5-10 minutes just screaming over there.
probably the coolest thing to do with it is being able to use your voice to tell AI what to do. So even if you're not, say Command and Conquer,
Yeah.
a sort of variation of that kind of game, instead of having to click, spam clicking like this unit go there, that unit go here, you can vocally say it.
Yeah. Unit
Now,
go
in
to power
practice, I
plant.
don't know how that might work out, but it could be cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does have some good use cases. And to be honest, I think utilizing AI in that manner doesn't make it more of AI's being used to develop the game. I feel more it's AI's being utilized as a game mechanic. And I find that a lot more interesting as an idea for gaming compared to what they're currently trying to do. Now, obviously, you do then have the problems of, oh, what about voice actors? Things of that nature. And I understand that worry. I'm not sure how you could get around that or, like, make it so that they could still be included and paid decently
I
for
suppose
the
the
matter.
best way is instead of just having the AI create the voice, you would essentially need to just have them read out a whole load of voice lines and singular words and different bits and bats,
Yeah,
and then have that as the AI. It uses that as its source.
yeah.
That's sort of like the only thing you could do.
Yeah, that's an option. The other possibility, I suppose, and the problem is with this option that I was about to suggest, is a lot of voice actors are severely against it, and I completely understand why, because it's their work. If they,
Yeah.
for example, had a contract with a games company that they could utilize their voice for one character in one game and that is it, and they pay a flat rate of this amount, you are paid straight away. We can use your voice for AI for this one character for this one game. That's probably the better way, but once again, I understand why they don't like it, and I'm completely with them for that. That's the only way that I could see it being done effectively, or as you said, that way they're still getting paid per word.
Yeah, I kind
It's
of like
interesting.
I kind of like how it would work because they would turn up, they go into their little booth and they sit and like read out a bunch of different words and stuff.
Yeah.
Because with AI, like let's be honest, it's far from perfect. It's
Oh
probably
yeah.
never going to be even close to it. There's always going to be funky little hiccups and weird things that happen.
Yeah.
So if you try to have it do the whole dictionary on its own,
Mm.
it's not really going to work out very well. It's always going to say things in a weird way or maybe skip over some words. Whereas if you have someone read them out, so it's all said properly the way it should be said,
Yeah.
I feel like that would just work out a lot better
No, 100%.
and keep the dialogue feeling a lot smoother too.
Yes, exactly that. And I'd be very intrigued to hear what people have got to say on that, honestly. Because it is a widely discussed topic, to be honest with you. And I understand why people are so against it on one side, but I think making it so that the voice actors are still able to get a payout for doing the work and for their voice being used is probably going to be better, because I don't think it'll be long till they start finding, oh, that we can generate voices of people that don't exist that sound better or that we can use and we don't have to pay anyone for them. And I think that's where it's probably going to end up going if we don't find a way around it. And that does scare me as well, because I think it'll just all become quite lifeless. I really do. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting, but we'll see how it goes. We really will. So, Valve is one of the most efficient gaming companies in the world. I'm very intrigued. I mean, we know that they have less than 500 employees, and the typical salary, apparently the average salary
I
in
knew someone
Valve.
was talking shit to me.
Yeah,
He was talking about Val's fucking income, and I was like, "There's only a few hundred." He's like, "There's 600," and I was like, "That doesn't sound right at all."
no, there's
He's
fewer than
fucking
500.
talking a load of smack.
There's fewer than 500 people that work there. The average salary across those people is $1 million a year. The
This
fact
little
that
fucker, him.
the fact that that's the average salary, by the way, fucking mental.
Eh.
Oh wait, Valve may be making almost $50 million per employee per year. What's this? Sorry, yo, this by the way is just mental. Steam has generated $16 billion plus in revenue so far this year. It's already up 5.7% from 2024. This was released November 13th. Isn't that kind of low? No, that's revenue. Jesus Christ. Okay. So 2015, it was about 3.5 billion. 2016, about 4.25, and so on and so forth. It went up quite a bit. 2021 just was an insane jump, but that's when COVID fully hit. So everyone was locked away at home. And that went well above and beyond. 2022, it dropped a bit. 2023, it went up again. 2024, made a jump. 2025, so far, we still have 2 months. When does Steam make most of their money? December. It's during the sales.
I mean, the next time they're going to make their most money is going to be around March time, as we discussed last week.
Yep, if that all goes well, yeah. If I'm right, it's about the 13th of December, 18th of December that we get our winter sale. Let me just check. 18th of December till January 5th. But talk about some insane money. By the way, currently supported Valve products and services, Steam, Valve's game distribution platform, the Steam Deck, Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, Half-Life Alyx, and Team Fortress 2. They also have that game Deadlock coming, which doesn't have a release window yet. And we obviously have their next piece of hardware, and worth approximating that, what did we say, about March time?
Yeah, seeming like it.
About March time, and we've got a prediction on price of about the 700, 750 range.
Dollars, euros, pounds?
I'm going pounds.
Okay.
I'm going pounds, honestly.
Be interesting. I imagine, if it's just going to be something that's, ridiculously low.
I'd like it, but Valve has come out and said, we're not pricing it like a console, it will be priced like a PC.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, most definitely. So, ironically enough, the next article is about the Steam Machine's price. We landed quite well in time in there. Valve may have just given the best clue yet. So, Valve will not say what the Steam Machine's price is just yet. And in this information vacuum, people are offering all kinds of different theories and guesses as to what the 6-inch cube-like system may cost. Now Valve has yet again commented on the pricing question, providing potentially the best clue yet, while also saying that the company cannot or will not disclose pricing yet due to a lot of external factors. Makes sense. Once again, they do have to make sure that they've got all the distribution sorted, so then they know all the pricing that all these external factors are going to cost. Then they can make a decision on their final costs. So it'll be interesting.
I really hope that they're just waiting for consoles to announce next gen, so they can just undermine the fuck out of them.
Oh, it'd be amazing. I sadly can't see it, but I'll be honest.
And let's be real, mate. With the prices that the console come out at, even once you add the total cost of just 2 years of online pay, it's probably going to be more expensive than the Steam machine.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, once again, if you talk about it, most people say consoles' lifespan is about 5 years. In actuality, it seems like it's about 7 years
about
between
7
generations.
when we were looking at it, yeah.
So even if you do that, you're talking well into the 1500 range. But, you can't make a PC for the same price as the console. Technically, you've got to add them to the price point and for the range. So 1500, I could smash a console's price.
I mean, you can get a 5070 graphics GPU for £500.
Yeah.
One of the latest GPUs with frame generating technology. It's $440, really. It's dropped that much.
It's on Black Friday deal at the moment.
Oh yeah, right.
That's where the person who's I upgraded yesterday's came from. 444. It's not bad at all, really, in price.
For one of the latest GPUs, that's pretty fucking good, mate.
Exactly, right. Exactly. So, speaking to Skill Up, which co-hosted by GameSpot, Valve software engineer Pierre-Luc Griffiths, I'm not going to attempt it further, I'm just going to call you Pierre, said people can expect the price of a Steam machine to be close to what it might cost to build a PC with basically the same level of performance. I think if you build a PC from parts and get to basically the same level of performance, That's the general price window that we aim to be at. Ideally, we'd be pretty competitive with that and have a pretty good deal, but we're working now on refining that as we speak. Right now, it's just a hard time to have a really good idea of what the price is going to be, because there are a lot of different things, a lot of external things. And once again, that can be tariffs, it can be cost of production, it can be all sorts.
Even at that though, you've got to think they as a massive company get the opportunity to bulk buy at heavily discounted prices.
You know what I do find quite interesting? They're going the opposite way, technically, if you think about it, to any pre-build company. Because any pre-built company, if I bought the specs and built it myself, I'd save about 300 quid. If I buy from a pre-built company, they put like £300 upwards in labour costs on top of the prices of the.
I mean, funny you mentioned pre-builds. I saw something where you could, at the minute, essentially buy a pre-build.
Yeah.
And flip all the parts and make a massive profit with how much everything has gone up at the moment, especially RAM.
So people have been making their own Steam machines. They've been trying to make them themselves. And I was looking at what price roughly, if they were to build one exactly the same. So build with exact Steam machine specs is $770.
But that's you doing it at like full price, you know?
Oh yeah, exactly. So drop a bit, call it $700.
I think they're not obviously going to do it as cheap as possible because they still want to make a lot of money off of it.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not going to go super expensive. But they also want to make sure it competes with console prices.
Yep.
So if they're keeping console prices close to their price, then they're going to ideally bring a hell of a lot of people over from console to the Steam machine.
Well, that's the thing, because they've said,
especially with the way consoles are going, it sucks, especially with the massive hike in price for Game Pass. Sony not really offering anything.
Yeah, that's putting it.
Sony's just sort of been on a constant downfall since like the PS3, pretty much.
Yeah,
they've not really given gamers anything.
What I do find interesting, once again, they've been saying constantly, it's not going to be priced at the same range as a console. It's going to be priced at the range of a PC. Now, a PC, they're calling, looking at the price specs here, people are claiming it's about $700, right? We looked at console pricing last week, and we came across bloody PlayStation 5, I think it was, the Pro version, for about $600. No, £600, I think it was.
When we were looking at it, you found the most expensive one you found, I think, was like £629. I believe.
There it is. Let's have a look. So PlayStation 5 Pro, I think it was. If I got to buy now,
700 quid.
Really?
That's insane.
The anniversary edition. Okay. I'm not gonna count that.
I mean, what's the variation on the Steam machine? Just storage size?
Pretty much, yeah.
There's no this will get you 2 extra frames in some of these games, this will get you 3 extra frames.
No, it's all storage.
The only variation in the Steam machine is storage.
Yeah.
And it's going to be is more than likely going to be far superior to consoles.
I'm hoping so. The amount of people that have turned around and gone, "Oh no, the consoles are still more powerful." I don't believe it.
Again, we got so many releases over the last year or two on consoles where the games were still locked at 30 frames.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just that blows me away that we are still sitting at 30 FPS on a console.
Yeah,
for games.
I can't see it. I really can't.
They've got to have like something hidden behind the curtain to be able to compete with this. Otherwise, like what they've shown us so far that they have, it's not doing anything.
And I'm gonna be honest, if this comes out at £700 or so, this is gonna be something that people who are wanting a console can go, right. So we know the new Xbox is gonna cost more. We know the new PlayStation is probably gonna be about the same price, if not about 50 quid cheaper than the Xbox. Why not just put 150 quid to and buy
That's the thing, like, you take into consideration the price that the next gen console is going to be, slap on just a year of paying online, and you're already over the cost of the Steam machine at this rate.
Exactly. Exactly that.
And then that next year, especially if you're paying for Game Pass, what, $360? Imagine
Yep.
the amount of games you could have got instead on the Steam machine. The variety of games as well on Steam compared to consoles, like you are so limited on consoles.
You know what? I'm curious.
You get to combine the pick up and play of a console to the play whatever you want on Steam.
I'm curious. So, what's the total number of games on PS5? PS5 console estimates reaching over 4,000 titles. Okay, let's go Series X. Over 15,000.
That's because they got Microsoft Store on it as well.
Yeah.
Holy
Over 100,000.
So even with the two of them combined, it's over 5 times more than the
So,
consoles put together.
when we talk about like games and having variety, some people might only think of their gaming times as, oh, I want to play the next AAA. Gaming's not all about that. And honestly, you might think it is, but there is so much on Steam that you might come across and you will think, oh, I'd never play this. Because
And
you've got
let's
that
be
console
honest,
mindset. But
maybe there was a time where we were excited to see that there was a AAA being released. It's like,
yep.
what's going to be the next big thing? Not anymore. Not even close.
I would rather play Megabonk. This game is just a blast. It's dumb. It's pointless, but it's
Oh, I
fun.
remember us looking at this. Wasn't when we looked at it, I think they had done an update to optimize it whenever there were a ton of enemies on screen.
Yeah. Like, it's just mindless enjoyability. And it might sound dumb. And some people might go, well, why would you sit and play this over new Call of Duty or whatever? Because this gave me the
go play a new
enjoyment.
Call of Duty? You be my guest.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a hard pass for me
this
though.
actually made me have some fun. I felt like I was enjoying the time I spent. And for £8.50, I'd say that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my biggest criticisms. Anyways, we should probably finish this article. Like, Jesus Christ. So also in the interview, he confirmed that Valve is not going to take the approach that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo have in the past in terms of selling the system at a loss and making up the difference with games or accessory sales. No, it's more in line with what you might expect from a current PC market. Obviously, our goal is for it to be a good deal at the level of performance. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't believe they're going to make it absurdly expensive.
No.
But it's still going to be like a bit more than what I think we would want it to be.
Yeah.
Or hope it to be, at least.
Exactly. We're excited that people are going to find out how quiet this thing is. The Steam Machine also integrates HDMI and CEC and allows people to turn their TV on and off straight from the device. Oh, so it's going to be it's going to take the Xbox like home entertainment system idea where you can turn it all off, on and off, and interact with your TV with it. I like that. Additionally, it makes use of new Bluetooth and wireless connectivity systems that Valve designed. That's all hard to do. No, exactly. So, being able to sit down on your couch, press one button on your controller, and the whole thing lights up like you'd expect for a thing that's in your living room. I think that's really valuable. And there's not really a price point to that because it's not really something that exists in the PC market right now. Make sense? Another factor to consider is that your time is money, and some people would rather pay a little more for a company like Valve to do the work for them. For me, one of the benefits of Steam Machine is I'm someone who used to build my PC in college, and I am too old and tired to do that now.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Too old and tired to sit at your desk and put a few screws and plug in a few wires?
I will always stand by the fact.
No offense,
PC building is just expensive Lego.
Yeah.
I've always said that. I've said that to you since you were dismantling your first laptop.
I mean, all I did as well whenever I actually built my PC was I had done some research, I not even about putting it together, because you can't really research putting it together, just the parts themselves and like what you want. And then you just sit and take some time to see what you have, Google the different bits that are on different parts that you have to make sure you know what you're working with and make sure you're plugging things in the right place, and then just piece them together.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. But
like when you're the most difficult thing with PC building is people always saying that they forgot to remove that plastic film on the bottom of your cooler. You
I
know
did
it's
that
easy to
once.
do.
I did that once.
Do you remember whenever I built mine and I kept suddenly seeing videos on TikTok and it made me paranoid, so I actually unscrewed the whole
Yeah,
thing to make
I
sure.
remember that. Yeah.
And I
Uh,
did. I knew I had, but I just had to make sure.
yeah, I remember this. Predictions about the Steam machine may cost all over the place. One expert believes $400 is the sweet spot for
That's
in
wishful
severe
thinking.
disagreement. While
It's
others
wishful thinking,
believe,
mate.
yeah, others believe it could be more than $1,000. I think that's ridiculous. Others believe it may be priced similar to the PS5. I think it'll be a bit more than the PS5, but it won't be near 1,000.
That's the thing, though. It's Valve. We don't know. Like
Yeah,
again, with how the world works, how these massive companies get massive discounts when they do insane bulk orders. And then again, Valve, so few employees. Like, what? Did they just have one dude just chilling in the business? Screw here, plug that in. They're just enjoying his time.
would it really shock you with Valve?
So we
Um,
don't actually know.
no.
They're so
Tariffs,
unpredictable.
this is the problem as well. Tariffs, surging memory and storage cost, supply chain volatility,
I mean,
and
hey man, I
inability to
wanted to say
subsidize.
this last week,
Go on.
but what if Valve is the reason for the RAM shortage?
You know, I was curious about that myself in recent
Like,
times.
think about the amount of these machines they're probably going to produce. Because let's be honest, they are going to be. I just say, can we get a check on the current Steam users amount?
Sure.
That's what we need right now. I would say that at least half of them are going to want a Steam machine. Because let's be honest, it's Valve Tech. That's about
Always.
honestly
Oh,
was actually very scarily close to Vault Tech. now I'm worried.
yeah. Sorry, it's not. Ah, there it is.
Right. We have 40 million online.
Yeah. And 11.5 million playing games right this second.
Yeah.
If I actually go
We don't
to
even.
instead SteamDB,
Yeah.
I don't want the free games bit, but just SteamDB. The reason I
Who
pull
doesn't
this
want a
up
free
so
game?
often is because you can typically find on SteamDB, I'm not sure where it'll be, but I know for a fact as part of SteamDB you can pull up like how many people have joined Steam this year. I'll just search it. How many people joined Steam? Over 40 million concurrent users in March. So concurrency, we're talking 40.2 million in March 2nd. User growth, or
The
total
numbers
number
just
of
keep
new
counting.
users, the high concurrent increase,
You know what we're gonna need to do?
substantial growth. Yeah,
Whenever the Steam machine releases, we're gonna need a before and after of Steam users.
no, that sounds good. What I'll probably do
Because I
then,
reckon there's gonna be a hell of a lot of an increase.
there we go. Steam usage and catalog stats. Steam today it has 132 million monthly active users and a catalog of over 200,000 games.
200,000? Well,
Oh
that's a bit
yeah,
of an up from the 100,000 that we got earlier.
I know, right? Steam has 132 million monthly active users, 69 million people use Steam daily. The Steam catalog in the US is 239,558 games. 18,626 games were added to Steam in 2024. PUBG Battlegrounds holds the record for most concurrent Steam players, peaking at 3.26 million. Ooh. I don't think this has 2025 stats. I think this is literally 2020. Oh no, it has. January 2025. That's the concurrent jump. It went up nearly 10 million.
Well, we'll be able to use this whenever we see Steam Machine release.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. I'm very interested. But yeah, let's just quickly mention this. The Steam Deck is undercutting currently the original Nintendo Switch in price. It's sat at £279.20 on Black Friday sale, which is insane. I hope people managed to pick this up while it was on offer. If not, just wait till Christmas. Problem solved. Steam's hottest free-to-play game hottest game right now is a free-to-play. I don't know if you've seen this, Will. I'd imagine if you go onto the Steam main page and just cycle through a little bit, sometimes it's usually at the beginning. This might be the first time it's not popped up for me. It is.
Of
Call me
course,
God smoked.
whenever you want to see it.
Oh yeah, fucking sod's law, mate. Sod's fucking law. I'm very surprised because it should be right there. Okay, guess I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. There it is, free to play. There it is. Where Wind Meets. This was overwhelmingly positive the other day. But people are absolutely adoring this game at the moment. It's a open world action adventure RPG set in ancient China at the 10th century. Players will assume the role of a young swordmaster as they embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries of their own identity. And I've seen a bit of gameplay.
The sound of you is making me want to clear my throat.
I apologize.
I
Honestly.
just cleared my throat and then sort of realized that it's your voice. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no. My throat's still a bit fucked from last night. But yeah, the amount of people that are like loving this, it's a free to play game, well worth getting a shot from what I've heard. And on top of that, I don't think it's an MMO, I think it's a co-op. I'm not sure though, but I've seen a lot of people playing with each other on it. It seems like something a bit different, and for a free to play, why not get a shot? Have some fun.
I mean, it sounds impressive.
Yeah, they got 2 million
that,
players in 24 hours.
I mean, it just shows you, you don't need to, be putting these massive $70, $80, $90, $100 price tags on things.
No, exactly.
To get a player count.
Here you go.
They're obviously doing something right.
24-hour peak, 199,000. They seem to be sticking around that player count on a daily basis. You can't go wrong with that.
No,
You really can't. So good on
not at all.
RAM prices spiraling out of control. I feel like we've discussed this in pretty good detail. People are blaming OpenAI for it. Basically, anything that's to do with AI seems to be using quite a lot of RAM, which is raising the prices drastically. The market's just fucked at the moment. If you can wait, do so, but I would be concerned. Apparently, it can last up to 4 years, so be warned. Yeah. One of EA's co-buyers might be low on cash.
Oh no.
I still can't believe they purchased it for $55 billion, and now EA's in debt for it. Yeah. So, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund is reportedly running low on money after the EA buyout. Weeks after EA stated that it would retain creative control following the $55 billion deal, the aftermath has apparently taken a toll on the PIF's funds. According to 11 people that were briefed on the PIF's current operations, the fund may not invest as much money into other projects due to the financial distress that some of its current investments are enduring. Well done, EA. One of the key pain points for the PIF is Neon, a ski resort. I have no idea. This doesn't... Oh, okay, here we go. The PIF has stated that its participation in the EA buyout was a long-term investment that may double it in value over time, though it's unclear how long that'll take. So they're in a bit of trouble because of...
I can imagine it would take a substantial amount of time to double 55 billion.
Yeah, definitely. It'll take a stupid amount of time. I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently there's a little bit of a possible leak that Death Stranding 2's PC release might be coming soon.
Huh.
And I'm a big fan of the first one, so I'm very excited. We knew it was going to come, but it wasn't sure when it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is...
I mean, you've seen the game. Like, the game is all about the world.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw what it was in the first one. Like, it was completely unique to other games that you've seen.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm not surprised that it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's already out on PlayStation. It's just waiting for it to drop on PC. It took a year last time. It's been less than a year at the moment. So I'm expecting...
That's impressive that all it took was a year.
Yeah, they're pretty quick on the uptake, to be honest. I feel like they were working on it, and the moment the year passed, they just went, right, cool, done. But yeah, we don't know when it'll be released at the moment, but hopefully it will drop soon, which would be amazing. Dan Houser thinks AI is overrated. Of course it is. That's all there is to say on that. Of course it is.
No, absolutely. Like, we talked about it before it started becoming like widely used.
Yeah.
About how we don't want to see it used too much. If it's used properly, it can do a whole lot of good in the gaming industry. But
yeah,
we also said that we know that's not going to be the case, which tears us apart, to be honest. But
Yeah. During an
yeah,
investor call presentation earlier today, Ubisoft showed off Teammates, a new research and development game experience that utilized generative AI. Ubisoft CEO Gully Mott also described the advent of generative AI in games as a revolution. Sure, dickhead, sure. Generative AI is a big revolution for the games as a shift to 3D. What?
he says otherwise.
We are making great strides in applying generative AI to high-value use cases that bring tangible benefits to our players and teams.
Roy's response: what teams? You fired most of them.
124, 45, 1,500,
My God.
and ongoing, and ongoing, and ongoing, and ongoing. Make up 8,000. Overall, you're talking out your ass, no one believes you, please step down, and shareholders just sell the fucking company. I don't give a fuck at this point. That'll just go call bankruptcy, please, for the love of God. The game's prototype is currently being tested by a small number of players. Teammates is a first-person shooter, but its AI tools will supposedly let it adapt to voice commands from players, allowing NPCs to dynamically respond in real time. That's ironic. Weren't we just discussing this earlier?
Yeah, literally, the start of the episode, we were just talking about
Then it's
this.
not fucking generative AI, you fucktard.
Alright.
It's really about experimenting with entirely new ways of creating interactive stories. Sure. I mean, every shooter has a story, right? Yeah, definitely. Teammates includes a companion character called Jasper.
Ripping off the companion cube.
Sure. Who is able to
Hey,
help the player.
that was the
overcome
original friend. Alright, and so in a single player game, that was the OG, the companion cube.
Oh, damn right.
You can't tell me otherwise.
No, I'm with you. Provide hints or strategies. In concept, that's not very different from what NPCs in numerous games. What supposedly makes Jasper stand out is his ability to interact and respond directly to the player. Wait, but didn't we just... Right, earlier on, I feel like our idea was a little bit... It had more use case, shall we say. Yeah, I'm not very fond of how Ubisoft describe these things. Company also characterized Teammates as an experiment that serves both as a playable prototype and a testbed for the underlying technology. Sure, whatever. I'm done with you, Ubisoft. Leave me alone until 2026.
That's not far off, mate. You don't get much of a break.
Yeah, you know what? A month will be blissful. Though I guarantee they'll have fucked up again and I'll have to talk about them next week.
Oh no, they'll fire a bunch of people like 2 days before Christmas.
Wait till April when the fiscal year ends and then they'll fire everyone before they can pay them their fucking bonus. So, Roblox CEO responds to child exploitation concerns poorly. I refuse to say that word. Yeah, again. Developer Roblox Corporation recently introduced a new face scanning feature. What? As a way
So
to
you want
safety
kids
protection.
to scan their faces, because that sounds like you're just handing them the tools to find them.
Oh, definitely.
Oh man.
The CEO, David, is very excited about this initiative, giving some rather intense and questionable answers during a new podcast
I'm starting to
episode.
think he's one himself, man.
I'm happy you said starting to think. I'm really happy there. If you'd have said for certain, yeah, that's libel, we would be in trouble. Bazooki sat down with the New York Times journalist Casey Newton and Kevin Roos for an episode of the Hard Fork podcast. Never heard of them. Posted on November 21st, the three engaged in a wide-ranging conversation that started with the face scanning feature, moved to misnomers about data, and peaked at disagreements regarding the use of AI for moderation. Newtown opened with an inquiry about the problem with predators on Roblox, which Bazooki said is a good and bad dilemma. I think I remember seeing this because he turned around and said something how it was like a positive, I think. One sec. I think I remember exactly who covered it.
Not sure how I feel about all this.
One moment. Think of something along those lines. Ah, that right. Roblox CEO said predators are an opportunity.
What?
Yeah. I came across this article the other day. I was very angry about it all. So, we think of it not necessarily as just a problem, but an opportunity as well. There you go.
An opportunity for fucking what?
How do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? How do we build the future of communication at the same time? So we've been, I think, in a good way, working on this ever since we started. And this was almost 18, 19 years ago, when we were first launching the company and we had just four of us sit in a room, we were literally the moderators. Like, we would rotate all the time. Okay, how does that impact anything? Suzuki continued saying that with the scale that Roblox has grown to, the company has decided the latest tech, that is facial recognition, go away, facial recognition, age estimation with AI, is what is looking to complete the moderation tools. He mentioned text filters as one example, particularly since chatters tend to use hashtag, and other
Tell me this.
keyword tricks to bypass the system.
If you had a child, would you let them have a webcam?
No.
So how is this going to work exactly?
I'll be honest, if I had a child and they had a laptop, they would have one of those bloody, the webcam blockers that you just slide across.
I just wouldn't have a webcam on it, mate.
Yeah, most laptops, though, are now inbuilt with them.
I'd find a way to remove it.
It's very difficult to do so. What I'm saying is, I would get one of those webcam
Have a
blockers,
hammer.
and I'd have super glue on the back of it so that it couldn't be moved.
Yeah.
That's the way I'd go about it.
I think that's wild. Like, if I had a kid, mate, I'd obviously, if they want to play games, I would without a doubt have them on Steam.
Oh yeah.
But I would not buy a game for them that is online multiplayer.
No.
Not until they're of a certain age.
Yeah, exactly.
And even then, it would still be like very limited.
Oh yeah, I'd get them. The only game I think I would get them on, and I would make sure that I join them whenever they're playing it. TF2. You've got to learn the toxicity at a young age. And if you're going to learn toxicity, you got to do it right. With AI, these filters have gotten better and better, sure. The state of where we are now is primarily getting into the blocking of adversarial attempts to breach the filter and adversarial attempts to share personal identifying information, which we're getting better and better at as well, sure you are. On the age estimation, it's just, I would say, recently come of age to the point where we would complement it. Okay. But I'd say our strategy is to complement whatever technology is out there to put together. Before long, the free
They're just talking out their ass this whole time, man.
Before long, the three were interrupting each other, interjecting statements and questions to get a leg up. That doesn't surprise me. He categorically rejected the assertion that the recent lawsuits claiming predators use Roblox to find kids. He said the platform is doing an incredible job at innovating.
That's why some random dude was able to find dozens of them and get them arrested.
Yeah,
yes,
and then got banned.
Fantastic job, guys. Fantastic.
When compared to other online social media platforms. Sorry, wasn't there that young girl that got kidnapped from Roblox? Repeating, the company is constantly getting better at protecting kids' ability to chat in game. No, they're not. And I will say this now, and I've said this for a long time, and I'm sure you'll agree with me on this. If you have a kid and they are playing free games like this that anyone can access, you need to keep an eye on them while they're on it.
Yeah.
It might sound like hard work, but just keep them in the room with you at the very least so that you can see the laptop. You don't have to look at it every second, but just take a look over every now and again.
I personally, I don't think if I had a kid, I'd let them on Roblox. It's like it's not even good games. It's just the most brain dead shit ever.
Yep.
Like, at least a lot of games, you can actually like learn things from it. You can even if it's just getting better hand-eye coordination, maybe some puzzle thinking. Thinking outside the box sort of scenarios. But the stuff you see on Roblox is just the weirdest, most brain rot stuff you've seen.
Yeah.
Especially some of those things that get created.
I would quite happily trust someone to... I would happily trust a kid to sit and play TF2 before I'd trust him to play Roblox.
No, I just don't
That's
like. Maybe a while back, Roblox was good for kids, but like nowadays with how the internet is and all
a
that, and just
long
how
time
people are in
ago.
general, it's just I wouldn't go anywhere near it.
Also, why would you bother playing Roblox when a ton of free-to-play games on Steam that you can just,
Yeah, there's so much on Steam.
you know? Oh, okay. 7,009 matches for free-to-play games on Steam. Don't get me wrong,
Just
half of them will
have a
be
browse.
crap, but it's something.
No, absolutely. Like,
So,
not everything is a flawless designed game.
no,
There's plenty out there that are just not really worth time at all.
do that. Don't get me
But there's
wrong.
plenty that are.
There's a lot of good things out there, a lot of rough things as well. But I think Roblox is the multi-billion-dollar industry that it is. Let me check. Roblox net worth. It's worth about $66.7 billion as of November. So yeah. Yeah, they should know much better than this. And the fact that they banned that guy who was just trying to make the platform safer. Fuck you guys. Just
If he was able to
straight
do
up.
stuff like that, man, why are you not hiring him?
Yeah, exactly.
This opportunity, if you ask me.
Yeah, if someone can do it better than you can, you talk to them. You see what can be improved. You don't just block
Not
the
just
idea
that,
and go,
to
no.
have someone who's capable of doing something like that in the company so they're trusted as well.
It
You know,
builds
there's
good
rules
faith
and
as well.
regulations that stop them from just, doing whatever they want with it.
Yep, exactly. It'd be much safer overall. But yeah, it's all a bit fucked. But that's everything I had for this week. Do you have anything you'd like to mention, Will?
Nothing that comes to mind. I'm
No,
just
that's
looking
fine.
forward to the Steam machine and the other tech that they've got.
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely with you on that. I really, really want to get my hands on that Steam frame. Really
Me
do.
too.
But yeah, I think it's going to be, looking at it from Valve's side, I think it's going to be a great year for PC gaming next year.
For
We'll
sure.
see how it's going to be for the rest of the industry. Because if this year's anything to go by, it's looking
It's been a bit
rough.
rough.
Yeah,
It has been a bit rough.
it's been a rough couple of years, and I don't think it's going to get any better for the other sides. I'm just hoping the PC side of the industry can sort of like pick it up a bit, which would be nice. But yeah, that's everything we've got for this week then. So thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and join the Discord, which is in the description. We're usually about, and to be honest, we've been discussing a lot of these things in our personal time as well, even away from the podcast.
Especially Valve related stuff. We love
Oh
Valve.
yeah, massively so. But yeah, it's what we talk about even when we're not recording, and we have a massive passion for it all. So feel free to join, and we will happily discuss, even if you disagree with us. Tell us why. We'd be more than happy to discuss. We really would. So yeah, well that's and done. Thank you all very much, and we will see you all next week or next time, whatever that may be.
Hopefully next week. Bye for
Fingers
now, guys. See you next week. Hopefully.